Hey, consultants. I don't know if you guys have heard, but we are updating our HP1 AutoShip UFMS program. And because all of the inner workings of nutraMetrix in Unfranchise is all run by the gorgeous and talented Malika Comfort, I said, Malika, let's get on live so we can explain to everyone what needs to happen, why it's happening. So welcome. Happy Thursday, Malika.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, everyone.
More of these. I feel like legit coworkers when we're
Right.
yeah. Tell me a little bit about what, because this was my first question to you. Like, what happened? Is it broken? Like, why do we need to fix it? Why upset the apple cart? Tell me why we're doing this.
It's not broken. What we've done is, in the past, when HP1s would open or register their account with nutraMetrix, the UFMS was put on an AutoShip. And actually not an AutoShip, an auto pay. And HP1s couldn't really manage that card. It was just like an automatic charge that they would get every month. And what we found is that since they couldn't manage those credit cards, a lot of times if they needed to change it out, if the card expired or someone stole their card, they couldn't really manage that unless they called into the office, and then we would have to submit a JIRA and do all this stuff to get it fixed. And so what we've done now is we've moved it over from, instead of charging an auto pay, we're putting it on an auto ship, a UFMS auto ship. This way, HP1s can manage their credit cards. They can add multiple credit cards if they want to, and they don't have to worry about running into if they need to change it, if it expires. They can just go right into their back office and change that out.
This is huge because I was manually running a report of all of the HP1s in my organization.
Right.
And we talked about this yesterday. I mean, I own a business, so I treat it like a business.
Right.
And I know not everyone does this. So this is a word here. Just, you guys own a business, treat it like a business.
Right.
And use our reports. Our reports are great. And when you know how to manipulate the data, it'll give you the info that you need. And so I was manually, because I knew of this issue only because it happened to me. It happened to me in that all of a sudden I look at an HP1's volume and whoosh, it was all to zero. Called up on franchise services. What's up? Like, it's an HP1. And they're like, well, their credit card declined. Well, I didn't get a notification. I didn't get, there was no way for the HP to be able to update that. It was a very frustrating system. So I am so thankful that you guys heard a lot of our complaints and that you understand, that from, an unfranchised system that we needed to update this. So, okay, so I'm an NC. How do we help our health professionals make this change? Because as a nutraMetrix consultant, I got the news line. I'm forwarding it out. I told all my fellow nutraMetrix consultants. But what does it look like from the health professional's perspective?
The health professional or the HP1s are being sent emails directly to them explaining these details, explaining why we're doing this, and then also giving them a landing page that just makes it really easy. So as soon as they log into their account, they land on this page. If they haven't done it already, it just says, here's why we're doing this. Here are the instructions. Click on this link and it takes them right to the AutoShip management page. And so from there, all they're doing is they're going to verify their billing information, make sure their credit card information is in there, click the I agree, and then they're all set. As an NC, you want to do exactly what you're doing. You want to remind your HP1s, now is a great time to just check in with them, because that's what NCs are supposed to be doing anyways, is check in with your HPs and your HP1s, make sure they have whatever information they need. And this is a great opportunity to say, hey, we've changed some programming. I just want to make sure that you have set this up in your unfranchised account. So when you get a few minutes, log in, you'll land on a page if it's not already set up. And once you land on that page, just follow the instructions and set your AutoShip up. Now, if you're with them, it's a great opportunity to show them how it's done as well.
Yeah. And so I think it's really important too. I mean, because you could do this on the phone, because their AutoShip looks just like your AutoShip.
Right.
And so to make sure that I think it's really important what Malika said, to make sure that the credit card information is updated and that it's all active, and verify with them. And that's a great opportunity to ask them to put a second card on file if they don't already have one.
Absolutely.
And then it's just those two little buttons at the bottom, right? The clicking the I agree and the hitting the I agree.
That's
and I'll miss the little check mark that's down there. Malika, I know another change came out where before HP1s could not go on an auto ship for product because it would just go into their 001. So it wasn't advised because it wouldn't be volume that they were paid on. We also changed that, right?
HP1s actually are not required to do an auto ship. That's not one of their requirements. So there's no BV requirements for an HP1 to have an auto ship. However, in HP1, if they do decide to go on auto ship, which is a benefit for them, just so they don't have to worry about the monthly remembering to order their products and get them to the office. Sometimes they're very busy and they just don't have time. So an auto ship is really a great idea for an HP1. But it was programmed so that HP1s, if they do decide to do an auto ship, it's just automatically placed in their placement centers, just like regular retail profit, things like that. So while there's no BV requirement, it definitely is a plus for an HP1 to have an auto ship as a reminder, or just getting those products in the office.
This is a great opportunity to set them up on auto ship, and it'll just default, I think, with the BV auto placement, whatever's set in the BV exactly auto placement.
Correct.
So if for, let's say that together you're building a strong side and your auto placement's the inside leg, or if you're still having their BV toggle between their 002 and their 003, whatever it is, that's what it will be. I think that is such fantastic news, because that's something that was one of the most requested things about the HP1 program. So I'm really excited. These are just all good things. I think we need to know this. How do we know when we're successful?
Well, there's two different ways. For HP1s, when they log in, if they don't receive that landing page, that means their auto ship is set up. Now, some HP1s were already on auto ship and they already had their UFMS on auto ship, which was great. If they did have an auto pay, then we made sure those were canceled out. But at this time, if you're an HP1 and you log in and you land on that page, then just go ahead and set that page up. Also, if there is an instance where an HP1's credit card does decline for whatever reason, what happens is once it declines and they go to log in, they will land on that landing page. So it's kind of like that landing page is like a safety net, so that if they do go off of UFMS, or if they do have a credit card decline for whatever reason, when they log in, they'll see that page. As a nutraMetrix consultant or an NC or an upline health professional, if you look at the qualification report for your HP1s, then you'll know if they're on an auto ship and if they have their UFMS. So those are two pages or two spots that you can pay attention to in your back office as far as the upline.
I am going to put screenshots of exactly what Malika and I walked through yesterday with my organization. I said, this is how I'm doing it. Let's figure this out together. So the first thing I always do is I pull a network report. So I'll show you guys that. That's step one. When I pull it, you can hit a button that's going to pull your HPs, HP1s.
Right.
So I had that whole list. And then from there, I run this like a business. So I have an Excel document of all my HPs and HP1s, and every single month I have check-ins that I have with them and tracking sheets. And these are all things that are just in the practice planning guide, in the HP implementation guide. I just do them in a shared sheet. So myself and my fellow nutraMetrix consultants servicing these accounts, we all can see them. So for some accounts we use Google, and for some of them we use Dropbox. But and then for there, I'll show you the qualification report and what it looks like when someone is on an auto ship and what it looks like when someone is not on an auto ship. And you want it to have the auto ship and then also have the date in there. So there's two important pieces of information. You either want it to say hold, that it's hold, or that they have an auto ship, and then you want to see that date. And that means they're set. And it's my understanding too, Malika, there's not going to be any issues with double charging, because we're manually checking this every single day.
That is exactly right. We are manually checking this every day. And if there is an instance because of, just dates and things like that, where there might be a double charge, we are prepared to fix that. So no worries there. One thing that I do want to mention is that we just want to make sure that as NCs or nutraMetrix consultants, we're not logging into the HP's accounts and doing this for them. They have to click to agree to auto ship. So just please make sure that you remind them. And then if you're in their office, you're definitely welcome to show them where and how to do it. But just make sure that it's something that they're clicking and agreeing to.
Oh my gosh. The last thing that I want, Malika, I run this job, I have my organization, I agree to volunteer and be on every committee in the entire world, and I have two kids. I don't need to work for 20 offices either.
Right.
So I'm like, please don't give me your password. Don't give me any information. I will use it. I don't even want it. So that's the last thing. I mean, I'm a huge fan of FaceTime and Zoom and taking pictures and
Right.
and I get it. We maybe once upon a time as a division used to teach something different, but please, guys, like you don't need another job. So
That's exactly right. And I'm so glad that you do it that way, just because you want to make sure that you stay compliant with field compliance. And so just remind, NCs or your team, and also for everyone who's listening to this, just to make sure that you guys remember, do not log into their accounts. This is their business. Remember that. There's credit cards in there, there's sensitive information that's in there for them, just like for you. You wouldn't want someone logging into your account and just, all willy-nilly doing whatever. Even if you trust someone, it's still your private account. It's your business account. So just make sure that the HP ones are doing this themselves.
I think this is a good opportunity too, just to mention that, a lot of people ask us, how do I know if I'm going to register an HP executive or an HP1? And, I talk a lot about like visioning out and thinking about your organization and thinking about what you want your life to look like. Mm-hmm. And honestly, an HP1 is more of a business to business. Like you are in a way servicing someone. This doesn't mean you log in, but you have different responsibilities because they don't have any responsibilities. Mm-hmm. So you kind of take ownership of, helping them and making them aware more so than your HP executives who agree to, attending a basic 5, an NUOT, an executive coordinator right. certification training. They agree to that up front. So if you truly want this to be like a walk-away income, rich and free, you don't have to worry about it. Maybe build with just HP executives. If you're finding that this program is not the right fit for your vision. And that's one of the problems. So awesome. And Malika, are you cool if we email in, hey, I'm Sarah Tugender. This is my ID. Could you check the following HP ones for me to make sure that?
Absolutely. We are willing to definitely help any HP1 or nutrition consultant make sure that this is a smooth transaction. So if you have any questions, definitely feel free to call us. You can set up conference calls. If you're just unclear or just not sure if your HP1s have actually converted their accounts, just email us and let us know. We're willing to just look at those accounts and just make sure that they have converted. So we're here for you if you need it.
Awesome. Anything else you want to add?
I know that this is, it's great news all around. Everyone is very, very excited about this new change for HP1s. In the beginning, it's going to be, a little bit bumpy, but we want to just make sure that we're all on the same page. And so definitely feel free to reach out to us and just let us know if you're running into any issues or if you have any questions. Make those appointments with your HP1s or just give them a call and just say, hey, here are some new things that, I want to update you on. And this is one of them. So when you log into your account, this is what you would need to do.
Are we hoping that this gets done this week, today? What's the hope here?
We did send out an announcement that, as of April 12th is when we want to have all these accounts transferred over to UFMS on AutoShip. However, we know that we will have to work with some directly just because HP1s sometimes are very busy. So getting a hold of them or getting them to read their emails and their news lines sometimes takes a little bit of time. So we'll be reaching out to them directly. However, we definitely need you guys to make sure that you guys are reaching out to them as well. So we're prepared for that.
I had asked you, it wasn't like it's that many. So, right. You know who you are. And right. I think that there's just a bunch of us that have a few here and there. I know I have a couple of stragglers I got to clean up myself this week and right. Working with my team on doing that. We just have created a plan of action. So just create a plan of action. That's all that it really takes. And I'll help you guys out with the screenshots in the comments of this thread. So, Malika, we need to do this more often. This was
really agree. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Thanks, nutraMetrix. And just pop any comments or questions below. Oh, we have one question that came in. Once the HP goes into AutoShip, do they then have to go into credit card section to check the box for AutoShip?
They do not. It's automatic. As long as their UFMS AutoShip is set up, then brings that field over, because credit card management and unfranchised AutoShip now kind of are paired together. So once you see it there on their AutoShip page, then you'll also be able to log into or check it more, or they will be able to check their credit card management screen, and they'll see that it's listed there as well.
I think that you froze. I don't know if you froze on everyone's end, but I heard.
I'm seeing some freezing here. So I'm not sure.
But I heard that you said that they're connected, so you don't have to worry about it. Once you're in AutoShip, you set it up. Wow.
But if they do add the secondary card, I would definitely go into the credit card management system and just make sure that it looks the way that they want it to look. The cards are matching to which one they want to pull first and second.
Awesome. All right, I know the both of us will be here in this thread for the rest of the day, checking in periodically. So just tag us if you have a question. Thanks again, Malika.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.